Hello everyone, today we are framing this 4x4 shed. This is a very simple shed to frame by yourself with some basic hand tools and just two power tools, a impact drill and a circular saw. So I'm going to start framing the back wall, and the first thing I do here is cut the top and bottom plate. Then I lay out the studs, and before we start putting these together, we need to mark where the studs are going to go. Typically on the sheds that I build, I like to space the studs every 16 inches. Some people like to space them every 24 inches. To build the walls, I am using the same 2.5 inch long GRK screws that we use to frame the floor. I'm driving two screws on each end of the stud. This method will be the same for all four walls on the top and bottom plate. And after this, we have successfully framed our first wall. And because our platform is so small, I'm actually placing this wall on the side so we can continue building the walls. And then later on, we're going to put them all together. And next are the two side walls, which will have the same dimensions for both. So I need a set of two top and bottom plate and a total of 8 studs. When laying out the studs for the side wall, remember to account for the back wall. So either you place a scrap piece of 2x4 and start your 16 on center measurements, or remember to add 3.5 inches from the beginning. Then, as we've done it before, we are driving two screws to the end of each stud. That's so we can secure the stud to the bottom and top plate. You do this for both side walls, and when you're done, you now have built 3 of the 4 walls. The fourth and last wall, it's a little more complicated, but it's doable. First, you cut all the lumbers you need and you set that aside. Then I like to start by building the header. To build the header, I drive 3 screws on each 2x4. But first, I set two 2x4s vertical and one horizontal right on top. I do this way so there's no need to rip a piece of half-inch board to fill in the header. And as long as both of the 2x4s that are vertical are flushed to the outside of the top 2x4, there's no need for filler. For this shed, I need a 36-inch door opening. So the first thing I do is find center of the bottom plate and measure 18 inches to each side. Then on either side of the door opening, I'm gonna have a jack stud. I mark with a J. And next to the jack stud, there will be a king stud. This stud goes all the way up to the top plate, and I mark it with a K. Then I laid everything out on the platform and I drive 2 screws on the end of each stud. Building these walls aren't that difficult. The only more difficult part it's gonna be building the doorway. That's only because there's a lot more measurements and cuts that you gotta do. For me personally, I really like framing the doorways with headers on any shed that I build. On a shed this size, you may be able to do away with, but for me, it's a good practice, makes the shed much stronger, it lasts much longer on any weather and environment. And if you're thinking about building this shed, I recommend you go to everydayshed.com. We have plans that with this video, it makes the build much easier. And these aren't just any plans that you get off the internet that somebody never built it. We actually built this together So we double check all the dimensions, we make adjustments and updates to all of our plans. And also there's a free material list that you can print it out and take it to a hardware store where you can start shopping for your material. And if you prefer, there's a link in there that you can populate a Home Depot shopping cart and have that delivered to your house, so you don't even have to leave your house to get material, so you can start building your shed. And if building your shed it's not what you want to do, you want the shed delivered to your house, we are also working with shed builders and shed dealers all around. So make sure you go to everydayshed.com. Now it's time to lift up the walls and set them in place. These walls aren't that heavy, but if you prefer, you can add blocks to the end of the flooring platform to assist with the walls. Slowly, you move the walls into position, and then I drive down 2 screws on each end of the wall. This will hold the wall in place, but a wall any bigger than this, I recommend having braces ready to hold up the wall. Then we'll set both of the side walls. And as we set them in place, we check for plumb. We'll do the same for the back wall, and then one last time, check for plumb all around the shed. Then it's time to lock the walls in place. And we do this by adding a double top plate. Now it's time to measure and cut our rafters. I'm using 2x6 as a rafter. So I bought two 10-foot long rafters and cut them in half. And this is gonna give me 4 rafters. To measure the rafter, I use a scrap piece of 2x4, drawing a straight line on both ends of the rafter. I place the 2x4 on its side and I mark the top seat cut. Then I use the block to square it off with the wall so I can mark the other side of the seat cut. And the last mark is the shorter wall seat cut. You can mark this with the block laying on its side. To cut the rafters, I use a circular saw and I finish the cut with a hand saw. Then you bring the rafter up on top of the shed for a dry fit, and if everything checks out, all you have to do is make 3 others. I use a set of 2 screws on each side of the rafter to secure them to the top plates. And as I install them, I make sure they are 16 inches apart, which means they are straight. And now that we have framed the shed, it's time to add siding and roof. If you want to check that out next, there's a video for you right here. If you want to check out everything, the whole build from beginning to end, there's a video for you right here. I hope you learned something in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.